Gonna make another dead on pinpoint gas, catch myself a big old bass.
Hey, how's it going? Today I got a really cool tip for you, and it's about the Neko Rig. A lot of people know what the Neko Rig is, but this is just a little bit different way to do it, and it'll help you get more bites, catch more fish. So let's take a look at it. I'm using 10-pound Cortland drop shot fluorocarbon and Cortland master braid in yellow, so that way I can see if there's any ticks or tacks in the line, any kind of movement that I'm not causing. So that way I know that if the bait's dropping, I see the line move, then I know that it's a fish. So I'm gonna set the hook. I like using the Z-Man Zinkers, but I do a little bit of a modification to them to make them perform a little bit better in the water. So if you look at this video right here, you'll see that if you don't do anything to it, it's not that great. I mean, it moves, but it kind of just falls down. So here, take a look at the video. All right, so the trick with the Zinker is that you have to get the salt out. You take it and you just stretch it. You'll start hearing that salt fall out all around you. Just don't get any in your eye because that burns. I've done it before. So you start getting the salt out and you do it until all the salt is out of the bait. Now, if you're like me, you started off using these little guys right here, okay? And anybody that's ever tried putting one of these inside of some Elastec, you know that it's not gonna stay. I mean, I don't care what you do. You can get it in there and you might get a few casts out of it, but it's gonna come out. So I started making my own, and I'm gonna show you here in this video how to do this, but it's super easy. You just go, push, 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 and now it's in. Could I pull it out? Yes, but under standard fishing, it's gonna stay in there pretty well. Next thing you wanna do is you wanna take your O-ring, and you could use an O-ring tool for this, but I feel like this pulls out a little bit more of the salt that you just didn't get by stretching on this O-ring. I come to about 3 fingers up above the weight, and that's where I hook it. So if you look here, I've already got one hooked up, and this is on an ALX Maestro. It's a medium light plus standard, just a regular old Neko Rig, okay? A little bit of a modification I made to the hook, but other than that, same thing. So I'll show you how to make the weight, and then we'll get back and show you how it acts in the water. Take a little piece of wire, probably about 2 inches, give or take. Snip that off, okay? Now, take my needle nose pliers, and I fold that over. You don't want to get this too tight, because if you get it too tight, then it's going to pull out of the bait pretty easy. You want to have a decent little gap there. You can see there, that's pretty good. Now, your next step, so this is a 3/16 tungsten slip weight. You can get them from Woo Tungsten, which is where I normally get most of mine from. You can get them from Cabela's, Bass Pro, Academy, all these other places. Now, what you want to do is you want to make this fold all the way over, just like that. And take your weight and slide it into the hole, just like that. Now, you can tap this with anything, and I'd like to use this little hammer here just to get it in there. Now we have a nice snug fit. So then I'll take my super glue and I'll just put a drop right there, and then just give her a squirt with just some activator. Just makes the super glue tighten up a little bit faster, and it's just to add a little bit of, so I know that weight's not going to sling off while I'm throwing it. And that's pretty much it. Now you're ready to go. So now you can just take this, just stick it on up in there, and just snug it up right against the weight. So another thing you can do is, if you have some extra Ned heads laying around, I don't really use these very much, so what I do is I take and I snip off the hook head. I take my pliers. I want to go the opposite direction of this one here, so just like that. Now, if I put this in, now I have another one in there, and I'll just snip off the eyelet so it doesn't get caught on anything. So now I have a decent little Ned rig weight. So there's another option for you. I mean, it's a bit wasteful because you're wasting a hook, but it does work, and if you're in a pinch, you can make it. All right, so now that we have how to make the sinker down, you should already know how to hook it. I'm not going to get into that. Just look at the video. You'll see how I did it. So now, with that being said, let's take a look at the video with the worm, all the salt taken out of it, and see the difference in the action. You can see here that after all the salt's out of the bait, that it stands up a whole lot better. It doesn't fall over as easily. It's actually doing more of a floating presentation, and it's definitely going to attract more fish because they have this little tail sticking up out of the rocks or weeds or whatever it is that you're throwing it in. So if this video helped you, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer any questions that I can. Other than that, guys, tight lines. Have a great day. Catch you later.